Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and we have got a ton of news that came out last night. We had the VGEM leaks, which showed us that we're going to get LR Team Bardock, a free-to-play unit for Saiyan Day, a new, sort of version of the Ginyu Force events, which is good because, we didn't actually have even UR versions of all of Bardock's team members, right? We only had the Grade 8 versions, not the normal versions, so that's good. Again, filling in holes that Dokkan has in it, I love that. Powering up the low-class warrior category, which is, one of the top 5 worst categories in the game, is really good as well. Right now, we don't know if that's for Global and JP. I would assume so, that the Saiyan Day stuff will be both Global and JP, but, we'll find out later. And then also, we got info in VJump about new extreme Super Battle Road stages, whatever that's going to be. More difficult Super Battle Road stages, obviously. I'm very excited for that. And then finally, we have this right here. A new stage for the Infinite Dragon Ball history. Now, this is actually a really big deal. I'm probably going to do more content on this most recent stage, this Dragon Ball Super Broly stage. But many people actually consider this the most difficult event in the game currently. The Dokkan Wiki is actually incorrect here, by the way. Goresh has mentioned this several times, that I believe Gogeta cancels your dodging. You cannot dodge Blue Gogeta. So, that is very interesting. Again, it's something I actually haven't, noticed when going through, but I've only done the stage a couple of times, right, just to get the missions completed, beating all the different stages, and then beating it with, movie boss category characters, and then movie hero category characters, right, getting all of that done. But this being, basically what people consider the most difficult event in the game currently, I think that's very interesting. That's actually very exciting for Stage 6, which presumably is going to be the Future Saga, right? Or Time Travelers. Future Saga, Time Travelers, I don't know that it really matters. They'll probably just call it Future Saga, right? Because this is cool, right? So I'm glad that they are constantly doing this, giving us new stages to this. And I know, global players might be a bit disappointed that, this event came out at the same time on both Global and JP, September 13th, 2019, during the 300 million download celebration. But since only JP has gotten stages, but, that's just the way things work, right? I trust me, I would much rather both versions be on the same timeline rather than, Global being months behind. So at the start, we did the Android/Cell saga. We did, fight against basically all the warriors, the heroes from the Cell games. And then we did all of the androids going all the way through, right? Which was cool, but it was very easy. Very, very, very simple. Then the Goku and Vegeta family ones, these ones were a lot tougher. Global, you guys, I personally think Global is going to get these in April. April typically is where Global will get the New Year's stuff, because they got Rose and Vegito Blue in April. Who was New Year's last year? It was Gogeta Blue and Broly. Global did get that a little bit early, but I mean that was different because that the movie had just come out. Obviously, they weren't going to sit on that one forever, and that was another case of I saw all Global players saying, okay, they could drop anything, but I'm not summoning until Gogeta Blue comes out. So Global was smart to push that stuff way up, but I expect the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Majin Vegeta celebration to fall sometime in April, and then that would be when these stages come out against the Goku family and Vegeta family. These are... They're tough. What makes these tough is that Goku is by far the hardest fight in the Goku family one, and then Vegeta is the hardest fight in the Vegeta family one. So it's different, right? Whereas the Legendary Goku event, it starts out pretty mid, pretty weak, and then by the end of it, he's the strongest enemy in the game, right? But you have time to build up. You have units that stack and get stronger and transform, and you're fine. But here, the end, Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. aren't really that strong. They're tough, but I don't even think that they're as strong as a Super Battle Road enemy, right? So it's just you go from, right at the start is where all the power is. So you don't really have time to transform. You don't have time to defensive stack. a unit like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta would actually be really good here, who has damage reduction for like the first 10 turns or whatever it is, whereas typically in these long events he's trash because, you only have the 10 or so turns. But this is an event where Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta actually would be quite good, because he would get you through the toughest parts of these fights, right? And then, of course, we have the Dragon Ball Super Broly stage, which is the full 9. What's interesting is that the first two were both against 9 opponents, and then the second round of stages, 3 and 4, were against only 7 opponents, probably because it was so difficult at the start, I guess. And then the Dragon Ball Super Broly one is 9 opponents. So I'm predicting that stage 6 will be against the Future arc, and it will have 9 opponents as well. I kind of pieced together who I think the 9 opponents are. Also, there are these missions, right? So each one of these stages does have missions to beat it with certain categories. So for the Super stage, you had to beat it with Android/Cell Saga characters and Android characters. Then the Androids you had to beat with Hybrid Saiyans and Pure Saiyans, right? Making sense the way, things went down in the arc. Then for the Goku and Vegeta family, you had to beat the Goku family stage with the Worthy Rival and Vegeta family categories, which makes sense. And then for the Vegeta family stage, you had to beat it with Goku family and Kamehameha categories. Very easy. Now, the Broly movie one, on top of it being as difficult as it is, this is the only one I wasn't able to build. I'm sure it can be done, but I wasn't able to build a team with 3 movie bosses and 3 movie heroes that was able to no item it, right? Because it's very difficult to get these 3 of each of these type of characters that would be good for this event on one team, right? So I did actually have to do 2 runs for this. So as far as the missions go, here we're gonna look at this in 1 second. I think we're probably gonna see missions with 3 category characters. It'll either be Future, Realm of Gods right here is another possibility. I think Patara is a possibility. Then I think we have the possibility of Time Travelers, then also Pure Saiyan, and then also Hybrid Saiyan. I think those are the possibilities. Because it would be weird if it was Future Saga and Time Traveler or something like that, because it's basically the same thing, right? But I do think all of those are possibilities for what we could see for the missions being. Also, I did pull this up because I wanted to point out that Part 3 of the 5-year anniversary is looking pretty good so far, because we have this new Infinite Dragon Ball History stage, we have a new type of Super Battle Road, which is obviously awesome, and then we still don't have traditional EZAs, right? The last EZA that came out was at the start of January. Well, these 2 both came out at the start of January. Merge Zamasu and then the Goku and Vegeta. So, it's very odd to me that the 5-year anniversary has not had a traditional EZA yet. I think we could see several, actually. I think AGL Rose Goku Black. I think Int Blue Vegeta. I think Int Spirit Bomb Sword Rage Trunks. I think Tech God Goku, STR God Vegeta. All of those could potentially EZA. So they could have one banner in Part 3, and it would just be 6 EZA units featured or something like that, is what I could see them doing. And then just a whole bunch of EZAs. Plus, it would be weird to me, I think, if we don't get a raid, right? Because the Broly, this was kind of a unique and special one. Let's not count this. But Jiren, we got that during the 250 million download celebration. Then, the Omega Shenron raid we got during the 4-year anniversary. Then the Cell raid we got during the 300 million download celebration. So I feel as though we could see probably a merged Zamasu raid EZA, I think is very possible. Potentially with a new unit dropping from it or something like that. Because remember, the Omega Shenron EZA did drop this Spirit Bomb Kid Goku. So I might do a separate video talking about everything that Part 3 might contain, right? So let's take a look at who I think the 9 opponents will be here. So I think, again, it's probably going to be Future Saga. I guess technically this could be Time Travelers as well, since every single one of these characters is on both categories. But Future is what I think they're going to, market it as, right? So I think we'll probably start with Goku Black, base form. Then we'll probably go to Super Saiyan Trunks right there. I feel like that would make sense, Or maybe Trunks would be first and then Goku Black would be second. I don't know that really matters. I feel like one of the normal Zamasus will be early on in here. Either the STR one or maybe the INT one. Potentially, maybe we could also see this Zamasu right here. This LR that transform, that kind of the Zamasu that steals Goku's body. I don't know. Potentially, not really too sure. That's a possibility, but I don't think it's going to be as high as like some of these other ones. I think we'll probably see this Blue Goku in here as well. By the way, Blue Goku is a character who, like, this is all we have for the future Trunks arc. And, like, remember, he does use Kaioken against Zamasu, so we could get a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, who would just be, like, for the Future Saga and the Time Traveler Saga. Like, that would be really cool, because, okay, so we have the Dokkan Fest STR Blue Kaioken Goku, who is for the Universal Survival Saga. We also could get one for Future/Time Traveler, which could be cool, because, I mean, Blue Kaioken Goku does more damage to Merge Zamasu than Vegito does. So, you know, just tossing that out there. But I think we'll probably go from this Blue Goku. Then how exactly they'll do the next two. You know, I think we'll see this Blue Vegeta. Again, this guy, he has to get his EZA in like a week. He has to. He's so far behind on EZAs compared to all these other units. Another thing I'd really love about him EZAing is a buff for the worthy rival category, because I think he probably would become the best Blue Vegeta in the game. Currently, the best Blue Vegeta is the one that's only on Global, the Tech Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta from Resurrection F. But I think this guy probably would end up better than that one. But we'll see, right? Obviously, a lot of these teams don't need the buffs. You know, Realm of God, Pure Saiyan, Future, Time Traveler. But Worthy Rivals does, and then, you know, another nice unit for a Bond, a Master and Disciple, and Siblings Bond is good. Like, these last three categories would be very nice. You know, then of course we got a Goku Black, you know, maybe STR Goku Black, AGL Goku Black, could even be the LR, you know, we'll see exactly which one they decide to go with. As of this moment, I do think this is the best unit in the game, by the way. Then I think we'll probably see Merge Zamasu. It could be corrupted or not corrupted. I don't know that it really matters, right? Could be like the TUR of the AGL one, like, or the second transformation of the AGL Zamasu, like that could be what we see. But, you know, Merge Zamasu definitely should be in there. Then, of course, I think we will see Blue Vegito, obviously, at some point. I don't know if it'll be Physical Vegito Blue, STR, LR Vegito Blue. You know, maybe they will get this guy. I mean, this guy has the best art, right, of all the Vegito Blues, so I would like to see him in here. Currently, I think this guy he's, like, tied for 2/3. Like, at the moment, I don't really... Like, I don't know, Gogeta and Vegito, I think they're, like, dead even, actually. Like, I don't even know, like, you know, before I was thinking, like, oh, in longer events, Vegito's defense will be better, which it will, but, like, Gogeta is, like, better in shorter events, so it kind of, like, evens out. So, I kind of think that they're tied, like, personally. So, it's, like, 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. So, I think it's Rose 1, and then Vegito and Gogeta are, like, tied at 2 and 3. Then I think this is probably how it will end against Spirit Bomb Sword Rage. Trunks will be the final opponent from the Future arc. And again, I think this guy getting an EZA is very, very likely. He needs it too. Among Dokkan Fest exclusives, I think this is currently the second worst. The only one being worse, obviously, Super Saiyan 3 Broly. Now, there are 2 other units I thought potentially we could see slid in there at some point. And that's this, the Trunks and Mai card. Because obviously then they'd get Mai in there as well, right? Because, you know, these two were joined at the hip for most of the arc. And then I think LR, Goku Black, and Zamasu potentially we could see in there as well. Like, both of them together as a stage, I think, is also a possibility. So, that's what I think we're going to see from the new stage of the Infinite Dragon Ball history, with probably missions for beating it with, like, you know, Future Saga, and then, like, Hybrid Saiyan, or Realm of Gods, or something like that. It should be pretty easy, because... these teams now, like, I don't know, let's just take a look at, like, Future and Time Traveler, right? So let me just pull these two up. I'm gonna X, like, all this out besides Future and Time Traveler. These categories are so crazy now. Like, it's gonna be very easy to build, a roster that's gonna destroy this, right? Because you have this guy, like, you have this guy right there. You know, you have Future Gohan, who is godly in long events. Tech Trunks is godly in long events. And, that's, instantly, just at the top of this screen, we have a bunch of units that will completely decimate this. And then Time Travelers is even better off, because you have, like, a lot of the Dragon Ball Heroes units and stuff like that you can rock in here. Like Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, who's amazing for long events like this. Supreme Opie of Time is, like, low-key, she's legitimately one of the best units in the game. Like, it's just, because she does this right here, she is a very strong defensive unit. And then, you know, for something like Super Battle Road, she seals, and then she gives the key, the attack and defense, the crit chance. It's so crazy. Like, she is so important on a team with LR Goku Black, who, you know, again, I do think is the best unit in the game, but he does need key support. And our girl right here really helps that happen. So, like, any team you can rock her on, she's great for difficult events. Maybe not the best for the Legendary Goku event just because the final fight is against Int, right? But she can handle her own anywhere in the game. She is tremendously powerful. A just absolutely great unit, right? And then again, there's so much you could use. Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is still solid. You know, we have the LR Cell you could rock. He's obviously incredible for these long events. Bojack is really good. We're still waiting for Dokkan Fest Bojack, by the way. When Dokkan Fest Bojack comes out, this guy is maybe the best staging unit in the game's history. Like, I don't, maybe people are gonna, whoa, no. But, like, dude, I swear this guy is exactly as good as when he first came out. Like, I mean, he doesn't hit as hard as some of the newer LRs, obviously, but like, considering when he came out, his balance of offense and defense is incredible. And, like, he's got big bad bosses. The problem is that he just needs a Bojack unit to link with, and there's no top tier Bojack unit besides him, right? So, like, we need, if we get Dokkan Fest Bojack, doesn't matter which kind of Dokkan Fest Bojack at all, any of them will work fine, and this guy is going to become mega top tier again on any of these teams he's on. Like, really, Revived Warriors, Movie Boss, Full Power, Time Traveler. The only way a Dokkan Fest Bojack wouldn't be on full power is if it was just, like, Bojack's first form without transforming. But even if they make it his first form, he probably would be a transforming card, right? Like, they, honestly, they could give us 2 top-tier Bojacks. Like, they could give us a Bojack that transforms, and then they could give us, like, an LR, just full power Bojack. Like, there's still 2 Bojacks that they have in their holster to fire off at any time in the future. And then, you know, I would love to see, you know, these dudes turn into good cards. I mean, Zang is insane in Legends, so, like, I feel like they could do it in Dokkan, too, you know, so we'll see. Wow, I just went off on random stuff. Whatever. I always do that. But anyway, couple days away. So the stage goes away on the 20th, so maybe like the 22nd or so. 21st or 22nd. Probably the 22nd is maybe when part 3 is going to start. Again, I mean, we could see the new Super Battle Road, this, and as many as 3, 4, 5 EZAs, I think is possible. If they do that, if they drop this new Super Battle Road and they really do like 3, 4, or 5 EZAs, I do think the 5-year anniversary becomes better than the 4-year. But right now, you know, we only had an EZA area for the free-to-play units in the 5-year anniversary, whereas the 4-year anniversary, you had Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr., who are free-to-play EZAs, very valuable for a lot of players. Like, the Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. are good. They're very solid units, right? Not super top tier, but they're very good. And then there was also the Omega Shenron raid, which came with the Spirit Bomb Goku, right? So, you know, we need traditional EZAs in this 5-year anniversary. They can't go, like, they're not going to go a celebration without an EZA. They've, like, not done that. Since they started, they started doing EZAs every celebration a long time ago. So I would be stunned, shocked. I feel like AGL Rose is like a surefire bet because Physical Vegito Blue gets his EZA on the 24th. And then I could see AGL Rose getting his EZA and JP at the same time. That would make sense to me. And then for Global, you know, later on in the future, they just swap it, right? And, then, yeah, Global would get Rose's EZA during the 5-year anniversary, and then JP would get Physical Vegito Blues at some point in the future as well, right? So I do think that's very possible. Let me know what you guys think of the Infinite Dragon Ball history and what the part 3 of the 5-year anniversary is going to look like. Looks pretty good to me so far. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.